welcome to Entertainment Update on COP TV. I am your host, Oluwafermi Oni. Today I have with me the man that is set to break a Guinness World Record of the longest time to continuously watch a movie. I have here with me Israel. So Israel, for the sake of those that don't know you, can you introduce yourself?
I go by the name Israel Adebiyi. I'm a recent graduate of law, State University. I'm a creative and I'm a writer. I also run a charity organization with a group of friends. This charity organization is known as the Learned Exponent Forum. What we do is we clamor for the advancement and protection of the rights of children with disabilities. We
Mhm.
also sensitize people in our community on the need to accept these children as persons who are not just persons that should be neglected in the society.
Okay, so what birthed this organization that you own?
You know, it started, I think, in 2017, and before 2017, I can trace it back to my childhood. I have a sibling who is an
Wow,
autistic child,
wow.
and she's 17 years old, and I can see all through her development from the age of 1 down to this 17 years of age. I can see have been a very crucial part of her life.
Mm,
And while growing up with her, I got to discover that children like her have no limits. They
mm,
can actually do anything they want to put their hearts to. They can do anything you teach them, anything you make them focus on. While visiting consultants, while visiting teaching hospitals for appointments for my sister while she was a child, I can say I got to meet with children with disabilities. Most of the time, when you see these children, you meet them with their mothers. You rarely see their fathers with them. You meet them with their mothers looking all stressed up, looking tired and all. And you get to discover that these children are children that once they go back home, most times these parents tend to segregate them. They tend to separate them from their other siblings, not just even
yeah.
their other siblings. Most parents hide them from visitors. And you know what? For the ones that have the opportunity to be showed love, like my sister, they develop a pattern of behavior. They tend to have a particular way
Mm,
of life. Most of them have OCDs. Most of them are usually keen on keeping their things clean, just like
yeah.
my sister. She likes arranging her stuff. She likes arranging everything that belongs to her. And I can say a love for movies actually bettered my interest in movies. Whatever station or channel my sister loves watching was the station and channel everybody at home would watch.
Wow.
And I can say, due to the experience I got from my relationship with other children with disabilities, I also have friends that have siblings with disabilities. I got to discover that the society needs to wake up. A
Mm.
reform needs to be made, not just on our disability acts, but we need to sensitize and change the mentality of people. These children should not be neglected. They should be taken care of. They should be the sole responsibility of every citizen in Nigeria.
Mm. Wow, wow, wow. That's really impressive. Now, what are your goals and how do you intend to achieve these goals through this challenge?
In summary, I'll just say my goal, my number one goal for this particular challenge, which I'm putting myself to, is to seize this opportunity as as a platform through which my voice can be heard beyond my little circle. I want the whole world to see the need, not just even Nigerians. I want everybody outside, both in Africa, Europe, and all other continents, to see the need to embrace children and persons with disabilities. I want the government of today in Nigeria to see the need to come up with a law reform in the disability
Act.
environment, or not just the environment itself. We have a disability act. The government needs to look into it. The provisions of this act, these provisions were implemented. The people in the society even know we have a disability act.
Mm.
And due to this challenge I'm taking up, I'll be launching an initiative after I set the new record. It is
Mm.
known as the Shelter for Us. My team and I will be embarking on a road campaign to 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. We look forward to meeting with the governors of each state. We look forward to tendering our proposal for this Shelter for Us initiative, because the initiative itself stands to rescue children from parents, from guardians who don't treat them well.
Mm.
Look at the current society we are in. You hear stories of people locking up their children in churches, claiming they are possessed. Why these children have just little disabilities that, if they are taken care of well, they can actually become something meaningful in the
Yeah.
society. So it is through this initiative we look forward to working hand in gloves with the government to take care of children with disabilities, pick them up from the streets, grab them from wicked guardians and wicked parents, put them in a place we call a shelter, provide for their basic needs. These children need to go through another system of education, not the regular system of education. Most of them are good with music, arts, crafts, and everything.
Huh. So it's safe to say that your driving force is children with disabilities and your love for movies.
Yes.
So while planning for this challenge, were you faced with any or those were they negative discussions? Like when you talk to people about what you are set to do, were they negative backlash?
Yes, as expected, every Nigerian can attest to this. It's a fact that we live in a society where you can't even sleep, talk less of
Yeah.
even dreaming. So when you claim to be a dreamer, people tend to see you as someone who is insane. And I feel the word belongs to those who decide they want to be crazy, they want to grab on opportunities, they want to take on opportunities to become something greater than what people see them as. So during the course of preparing for this event, I had to scale through a lot of audios, and I want to thank my supportive team. I can't mention all their names, but my team, everybody knows themselves, and they've been supportive both emotionally, psychologically. And I want to thank especially my mom and my sister that has autism. She has been a really, they've both been my supportive pillars throughout this preparation, course of preparing for this event. So
Wow, that's so wow, so emotional. Okay, so before we leave, do you have anything to say to those out there, as you're about to begin this challenge? There are people that with this challenge, they are looking up to you. They're like, okay, if Israel can do this, I can do this for the sake of, another set of. So, what do you have to say to those out there?
what I'll just say is, when you have a dream, you should try and attach it to a purpose. When you chase purpose and you don't chase money and you don't chase relevance and you chase just purpose, every other thing relating to purpose will come. They will align for your own good. So I just want anybody listening to me out here to keep believing, keep dreaming, and you should see yourself as someone who has no limits.
So, you have heard Israel and is set to break this world record. Okay, so where is this event going to hold?
It's going to here in Adebiyi at Ludic Cinema.
So you have heard him is going to hold at Ludic Cinema. Let's come out and support what Israel stands for, which is children with disabilities. Yeah, there you have it. And that's our show for today. I remain your host, Oluwa Ferromioni. To join us next time.